Last fall, the alternator in my Yanmar 3GM30, which kind of looks like that one that I'm working on, but in my boat, stopped charging batteries and couldn't easily figure out why. So I built this little setup with an electric motor, spinning the alternator and place to mount the alternator. And I've got a bunch of other alternators I want to test, so I needed this anyway. There's one, there's another one. I've got a couple of more Hitachis off of Yanmars. And a bunch of Atomic 4. There's an Atomic 4 hiding over there, if you can see. Those of you who recognize an Atomic 4 in the pile of junk. Okay, so I'm going to see if this alternator is good. Battery pack is at 12.8. I brought it down a little bit with an inverter and a fan. And you can see here on this particular alternator, we have the negative and positive on the bottom. The top, that is the R connection, which is basically the ignition switch. And this one here, the lower connector, that is for the charging lamp that goes out when the alternator is producing power. But because this little motor is not very powerful, I'm actually going to spin the whole thing up to speed first before simulating turning on the ignition switch. And if you see here, I'll turn it on. You can see there's the lamp saying, hey, we're not producing any power. So we'll turn it off. We'll bring it up to speed. Like that. And then we'll turn it on and we can watch the voltage. And you can see that the voltage has popped up to 14.2. And the bulb is out, right? Because the alternator is producing power, and I think basically that's a ground that comes and goes. Not 100% sure about that. And there she is. So 14.3. This is internally regulated, unfortunately. Interesting, turning off the ignition switch here does not cause it to stop producing power. So this is some sort of an excitation connector, I believe, one of these, and then it becomes self-exciting after that. This is not the same thing as disconnecting the positive from the output to the battery, which you never want to do with the alternator spinning and producing power, because it will blow the output diodes of the alternator. I have tested the wiring in the boat, and that appeared good. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it's going back in the boat, and we'll continue troubleshooting from there.